This is the third in a short series of presentations to assist paraglider and hang glider pilots who are studying for their BHPA pilot rating exams. This series is on Airlaw. This section covers royal flights and the thorny topic of radio use. Both subjects may pop up in the exam. First, royal flights. The important detail here is that we need to know that a special type of airspace may be set up for circumstances when the key members of the royal family are being flown from place to place. This temporary airspace is known as purple airspace. Think of ermine-edged robes and crowns. The other point to note here is that no special airspace is set up for helicopter transits, only fixed wing. Since most transit is now undertaken using helicopters, it seems that purple airspace NOTAMs are probably quite rare. Details of the extent and elevation of purple airspace are issued via NOTAM. However, one detail which may be tested is the fact that the corridor for purple airspace is usually 10 nautical miles wide. Radios can be a rather thorny topic for an examination. This is because most free flyers in the UK use a VHF 2-metre radio and they aren't really allowed in law. The legal use of radio involves taking an exam and acquiring a flight radio telephony operator's licence, often called a ham licence, and they're issued by Ofcom. Unlike VHF 2-metre, a licensed operator with an airband radio can use their radio from the air. This is a normal part of the PPL or private pilot's licence. The CAA have actually approved an airband frequency for free flyers. It is specifically included in Article 139 of the Air Navigation Order 2016, and the approved frequency is 118.675 MHz. Glider pilots using this frequency are exempt from the requirement to hold the operator's certificate. You'll need to know this approved frequency for the exam. This frequency can be used anywhere in the UK flight information region up to and including 5,000 feet above mean sea level. A few years ago, a man called Rod Buck from Derbyshire shared some information which stated that the UK radio authorities at the time would leave us alone and not pursue any prosecutions, provided we stick to the little used frequencies between 143,700 and 143,950 when we use our 2-metre radios. We should also not be using radios of more than 5 watts in power, because this limits the transmission bleed into other frequencies and stops us transmitting over too great a distance. However, the authority now controlling radios is Ofcom, so this subject hasn't been revisited. So that concludes this super brief section on royal flights and radio use.